Ja. Hi Leute, wir kommen zurück zu Let's Play. Sie Escape. Wie können wir von der Runde 2 wissen? How could there have been an earlier round 2? Was it some sort of alternate history? What the hell was I thinking? There was conspiracy theory shit. Even if there was some sort of alternate timeline or universe or whatever, there was no way I could know what had happened in it. Isn't that right, Leon?
That's what he said.
Isn't that right, Leon?
No.
Der Typ hatte übrigens ein Kind.
Well, like, it is.
Also sein Kind kam, bevor er Danganronpa gespielt hat. Seine Frau wollte ihn Leo nennen. Er wollte ihn Leon nennen. Jetzt ist er froh, dass er ihn nicht Leon genannt hat. Weil jetzt würde jedes Mal, wenn er ihn anschaut, isn't that right, Leon, schreien und it's Leon! No way I could know. Er heißt Leo. At least I didn't think there was any way I could know. But if I could, then how? I remember Fight choosing Allied and scolding at me when I broke my promise and swearing revenge.
That was not a smart move, Sigma. I won't forget this. I'll make sure you pay. Even if it's the last thing I do.
Why did I know that? Perhaps more importantly, why did Fight remember it? What the hell did any of this mean? It had happened before, hadn't it? During round 1 of the AB game when I was playing against Alice, I'd seen something. Fight I had chosen Betray. But for some reason I'd seen a reality where we chose Ally instead. Suddenly I realized that I wasn't alone. I looked up to see Luna, Clover and Kay. They all began to speak at once.
What happened?
Why did you choose Betray, Fi?
Yeah, you're the only one who did.
Fi looked away and scowled. For several long moments her eyes stared off in the distance and I could also see her mind working. Finally she sighed and spoke.
Right. Well, I've got 9 points now. So sorry, but I'm out of here.
Okay, es ist wieder dasselbe.
I'm leaving. You're in my... When someone betrays you, I don't think you have... Whatever. I see. Then you leave.
Ja, ja. Verschwinde du ruhig. I don't care. She jumps!
Nice try.
Ja.
Polite. It's Latin. Applaud. The play has... That's what it means. See you later.
Wait. Stop. Edapsam semel occasionem non ipse potest lupita reprehendere. Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity. Are you sure this is how you want it to end? What about the non-ray game? Zero. The bombs. We still don't know the truth about any of it. If you leave now, we never will. Is that really what you want? Oh, fine. Fry slowly let go of the lever. Why'd you do that, you dumbass? You. Look, I'm sorry about betraying you. I'm honestly not sure why I did
Forget
it.
about it. This time you chose Ally and I chose Betray. I think we're even.
What are you talking about?
When did you betray her? Are you talking about round 1?
No, we weren't talking about round 1, we're...
Just drop it. There's no point. I doubt they'd understand even if you did tell them.
Well, Clover war ein Esper. Yeah, you're right.
I don't get it.
Well, at least it seems Fi has decided to remain.
You've really changed your mind?
Yeah, I'll stick around a little longer. Like he said, I can't leave until we figured out what's going on.
The AB game will continue until someone opens the number 9 door. If someone reaches 9 BP and doesn't open the door, the game will keep going.
Oh man, that's a relief. Please don't scare us like that again.
Wo sind eigentlich Temiochi und Dio?
The Ambidex gates have round 3. Star key. There is the Ambidex.
As many times as we want, huh? Then
As
that
long
means...
as you have the star keys, you can play the AB game as many times as you want.
You probably won't be allowed to play it continuously, however. There's a period of time between when the doors open and when the polling ends.
Based off the last 2 rounds, I think it's about 45 minutes long.
So you can repeat the game once every 55 minutes or so.
Oh, that's right. Didn't
What?
Zero Jr. say something about that?
As soon as the gates close.
The pair.
Oh yeah, what are your bracelets, guys? Looks like I'm a red solo.
I'm a magenta pair. Me too. That means we'll be a team this time. I think we'll do great. Yeah.
Who's gonna be my partner then? I'm a cyan pair.
They do not appear to be here. I, for instance, am a yellow pair.
Oh, wait a second. Is Luna and Clover a magenta pair? Fi's a cyan pair and Kate's a yellow pair. Who the hell am I supposed to partner up
The
with?
cyan pair, I imagine.
Vi and her mysterious partner.
How do you figure it out?
Sigma, what colors are added together to create cyan?
Green and blue, right?
What color would you get by adding your red to that?
Red, green, blue will be white.
So you're saying the next set of chromatic doors are going to be white?
Yes,
How do you know?
because I have seen them. After leaving the archives, we found a warehouse very similar to this one. In it was a set of white doors. Well, to be precise, a set of doors which radiated white light.
Ja, die weißen Türen. Kein weißer Busch. Sag ich.
Yeah, I saw him too. After we were finished in the garden, we went to the same warehouse he's talking about. They had the same little lock thingies.
Okay.
I'm 100% sure they're the next chromatic doors.
What about the people back in the infirmary? Do they know about the white doors?
Yes. If we exclude Quark from their number, then I believe they do.
I wonder what colors
As
they
far
are.
as pairs go, we're missing a cyan and a yellow.
If Sigma's a red solo, then we should have a green solo and a blue solo back in the infirmary.
Well, I'm going back to the infirmary. I'm kind of worried about Alice and Quark.
I'll go too.
As will I.
Oh, that's right. Wait, guys. There's something I need to tell you.
What is it?
Go on.
I mean to say something earlier, but I guess there was just so much other stuff going on. I looked at Fi. She nodded back. See, the truth is...
What?
Oh no!
You found another bomb?
Where?
Yeah. In the garden.
No, that's not possible. We didn't see anything like that.
Could you have missed it?
No! No way! We checked every part of that room.
There was a number on this one too. It said 1. Since the one we found in crew quarters said 3 on it,
You
well...
think there might be a third bomb out there somewhere?
I think there's a good chance.
Very well. We should split up and find this other bomb. It could be anywhere.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
even if we do find it, what are we supposed to do?
That is a concern for later. At the moment, our primary concern should be finding it.
You can't fight an enemy you can't see, after all.
Precisely.
All right, I'll head back to the infirmary and let everybody else know.
Please.
How about we set a time to meet back here, just in case? The time we have left until the chromatic doors open is... Let's see...
Quite a bit, actually.
1 hour and 57 minutes.
I think approximately half of that should be enough. When we have 1 hour remaining, we should meet back at the infirmary. Acceptable?
That sounds good to me.
Right, I'll tell the others too.
Good. Let's go. Beep. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah!
Ja. Pass auf, dass er nicht runterfällt. Karatodoa. Bing. So, yeah. So these are the white doors that Kay and Chloe were talking about. Yeah, there's the lock thing. No question these are chromatic doors, I
So it
guess.
seems.
Ah! What? When did you...
I've been here the whole time.
Seriously? I didn't notice you at all.
Oh, I guess your hearing's starting to go. How sad.
So, what do you want? Why are you stalking
I'm
me?
not stalking you. I just followed you here.
That's pretty much the same thing. But how did you do it? You were totally silent. Are you Batman?
I already told you I'm not. Remember? Back in the AB room when we met?
Yeah, actually. You also jumped super high all the way up to the ceiling.
Right. Aren't you curious about that graffiti?
Graffiti? Oh yeah, that. Memento Mori, if the ninth lion ate the sun. Did a kid write that or what?
Why do you say that?
Well, they managed to spell ninth wrong. Who puts an E in there?
You're right.
Then again, maybe it means something.
Do you know what it means? The Latin part.
Hey now, give me a little credit. Even I know what memento mori means. You see it all over the place. As far as I know, it translates to something like be aware of death or remember your mortality. Never forget that we all die someday. I guess it's
What
sort
about
of
the
a
other part?
cautionary thing. What about the other part? It's exactly what it says on the tin, right? Some sort of conditional about lines and sun. Anything come to mind?
No, nothing. Nothing at all. What about you?
Me? Huh. Well, let's see. Memento mori, if the ninth lion ate the sun. Memento mori, if the ninth lion ate the sun. I repeated the words over and over in my head, but nothing. Whatever they meant, it was beyond me. But perhaps phi? Latin. Don't you know Latin? Maybe you can figure more out of it.
Well, I know a little. More than most people, I guess, but I'm not an expert.
And how do you know that phrase? Elapsam semel occasionamen non ipse potest stupida reprehendere. I totally butchered it.
Oh, that. That's from, this.
She unpinned the brooch from her chest as she spoke and held it out to me. I hesitated for a moment and took it.
Look at the back.
I turned it over. Elapsam semel occasionem non ipse potest lupita reprehendere. So I guess the I is pronounced like in Jupiter. Lupita! Lupita! I guess I is pronounced like J in Latin, huh?
Yeah.
What is this thing?
A memento of my late mother. Well, I guess it's something like a memento.
What does
She
it
died
mean?
right after I was born. I was raised by foster parents, and they told me where the brooch had come from. Apparently, it was the only thing my mother had left behind.
What about your father?
Don't have one. I guess you could say I was a bastard. I never saw his face, and I don't know his name. I don't even know if he's alive.
Oh. I couldn't think of anything else as I so I just handed her back the brooch.
That phrase got to be almost like a prayer for me. Whenever I had to make a tough decision, I'd say it to myself. Sometimes I'd just repeat it over and over like a chant. Before long, I had it memorized. Got me interested in Latin, and I started studying the language. Elapsum semel occasionum non ipsi protest Jupiter reprehendere. Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity. Sounds nice, doesn't it? But it seems kind of funny now. I mean, look at us. We've done what Jupiter can't. We can find our lost opportunities. That's why I followed you here. I thought it would be a good idea to talk to you about all this. Alone.
Yeah, I
There's something
agree.
else we need to do too, though.
Find the number 2 bomb.
Exactly. So we should get going. I'm pretty sure the bomb isn't in here. There's nowhere to hide it. So...
You're saying we should go somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Well, come on, don't just stand there. We need to get a move on.
Without waiting for a reply, she turned and started toward one of the exits. I followed. So, durch welche Tür gehen wir? In den Garten! Dann eben Archives. The archives. Good place to hide a bomb. Now where the hell do we start
I
looking?
doubt it really matters. If it's here, we'll find it eventually.
So what about the Jupiter
We can
stuff?
talk while we look. Now get started.
Okay. I turned to the corner of the room and began to look where Fi spoke.
I'll start with a conclusion I've come to. Our consciousnesses seem to be able to jump through time. No, sorry. Through time isn't really accurate. It's more like we move through worlds.
Worlds?
Yes. I don't mean physical planets in this case. I'm talking about a whole different universe, really. Parallel worlds.
What?
Do you know about the many worlds interpretation?
Well, kind of. I think I've heard it once or twice.
Oh, well, I'll just explain it. Let's say... I don't care what it is, but could you move? Scratch your head, cross your arms, put your hands on your hips? Anything?
I had no idea what this was supposed to explain, but I did as she asked. Applaud!
Interesting choice. You clapped your hands, right? But you could have chosen to cheer or blow a kiss, right?
Blow a kiss? I wouldn't do...
Details don't matter. Just talking about possibilities here. Now, maybe there are other Sigmas in other worlds who did all of those things. All of these worlds and realities are branching off from one another. The choices you could have made branched off from the moment you decided what you were going to do just now. Every moment you make a decision, another universe branches off, on and on into infinity. Each of those branches is an alternate world, a world where a version of you did something different. Haven't you ever thought about what life would have been like if you'd made different choices? What if you'd gone to this high school instead of that one? What if you hadn't started a study group? What if you hadn't told that girl you liked her? What if? What if? But are those what ifs really just what ifs? Or are there other worlds out there where you did those things anyway? That's the many worlds interpretation in a nutshell.
Sag doch gleich Multiverse Theories.
I've simplified it a lot. Doesn't have to be human actions, though. I just used your actions to make the explanation easier to grasp. The actions of a cat, the flight of a bee, the movement of a microorganism, even fluctuations in air temperature. All these can change history.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second here. I let microorganisms slide, but there's no way that air is conscious of anything.
Can you say for sure that you are?
What?
All of your actions are caused by the cells in your brain. If we go down a little further, then you could say all of your actions are the result of atoms or electrons, or smaller particles we haven't even discovered yet. Are those atoms and electrons still you making a decision at that level? How different are you from the air? I'd say not much. Human existence is just one part of reality. Falling in love is like a tulip blossoming. A tulip blossoming is like a tornado forming in South America. See what I'm saying? The only thing that really matters is the action of the most elementary particles of matter. That's where history happens. That's where universes branch out.
Rising of the Shield Hero.
That's what she said.
Ist doch so.
Hey, you stopped. Are you done with that shelf?
Oh, not yet.
Well, keep looking while I talk. How familiar are you with quantum physics?
Jetzt kommen wir schon in die Quantenphysik.
Never mind, don't answer that. I'll try and keep it simple for you.
Let's see.
Hey, hand me that box, will you?
This one? This one? Sure. I had a box I'd been examining over to her. She set it down on the desk and opened the top.
Also... Ah, there's a stuffed lion over there. Perfect. He's part of Felidae, too.
Felidae? With that, she grabbed the line and tossed it unceremoniously into the box. She also took a weight and an ink jar and put them in next to the line.
Alright, everything's ready.
Ready?
Remember that book in the crew quarters about Schrödinger's cat? It relates to all this stuff I've been talking about.
Wir töten jetzt einen Plüschlöwen. Für Schrödingers Katze!
Anyway, come look at the box.
What about looking for the...
This'll only take a minute. Now look.
I shrugged and peered into the box.
What do you see?
Well, There's a stuffed
From now
line.
on, that's a cat. A living cat. This is important. Got it?
Yeah, it's a cat, meow.
Oh man, this again?
Sorry, I can't help it.
I find that hard to believe. Ugh. Fine, maybe I can just ignore it.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
Alright, what else do you see?
Oh wait, that's not even a pawn and a jar of ink.
Right. Now the weight is going to be radioactive material, and the jar of ink is full of poisonous gas.
What? I'm kidding out of here.
Idiot. It's not really full of gas. This is just hypothetical. Imagine that it's full of gas. So, what's the weight?
Radioactive material.
And the jar of ink?
It's full of poison gas.
Exactly. Good work. Now, there's one other thing you need to know about the jar. If it's struck by any of the alpha particles the radioactive material emits, it'll break. These particles are emitted randomly, but there's a 50% chance that one of them will come into contact with the jar over the course of an hour. So let's close the lid. And pretend an hour has passed. Here's the question. Is the cat inside of the box alive or dead? You can't open the box to check.
Sie ist tot. Man hat sie gefunden. Vor allem ganz ehrlich, wenn sie nicht durch das Gas stirbt, dann stirbt sie durch das radioaktive Material. She dead.
And you can't hit the box. Obviously you can't shake it either. It's also been soundproofed, so the cat could be howling up a storm in there and you'd never know. Basically, you have no idea what's going on inside the box. Do you remember what happens if the alpha particles hit the jar?
It breaks, gas fill the box, the cat inhales it and death will whisk away.
And what if the jar doesn't break?
The cat lives to tell the tale.
Haha. And what are the chances of either of those things happening?
About 50%.
Uh-huh. So, what's your answer? Is the cat alive or dead?
I can't possibly know.
Then guess. It's not hard. Alive or dead?
Tot. Radioaktives Material tötet jeden. Vielleicht nicht innerhalb einer Stunde, aber radioaktives Material, du bist tot. Ey, das radioaktive Material ungeschützt drinnen. It's dead. The world's a harsh place for a cat. I have a feeling the poor kitten's dead.
Nope. You're wrong.
It's alive?
That's wrong too.
Then what's the right answer?
The answer is that it's in a state where it is neither dead nor alive.
What? How does that make any sense?
It's an extrapolation of something we see at the atomic level. We don't know if an atom is spinning upward or downward until we measure it. Before it's measured, those two possibilities coexist. But as soon as the measurement is taken, obviously, only one possibility is the truth. That's what's happening with the alpha particles. Since we can't know when they were emitted or where, we only know the probability that they'll impact the jar. Because we can't observe anything that's happening in the box, that becomes the entire system. In other words, the box is like the atom. We don't know how the cat's life or death situation has resolved itself until we look at it. Until we do, it's just a bunch of possibilities. Do you get it? If the cat in the box is possibilities,
Then it's both alive and dead.
right. So, let's open the lid. And when we do, all the possibilities will collapse into a single truth. Meow. What a relief, huh? Looks like the cat's alive. Anyway, that's Schrodinger's cat. The many worlds interpretation is one theory for explaining that weirdness.
So there's another world out there where this cat
Yeah.
died.
That's the idea.
Und dann gibt es eine Welt, in der Schrödingers Hund gemacht hat.
Looks like that cat tick of yours cleared up.
Yeah, well, your story was pretty insane.
Insane?
You don't think so? Just the idea of something being alive and dead at the same time. And if the moment the lid is open determines whether or not the cat's dead, then it's always like events in the future can determine the past. I mean, the cat doesn't die when you open the lid, so it must have already been dead.
Exactly. You've experienced it, haven't you?
What on earth are you talking
Think
about?
back. Remember round 2 of the AB game? When you chose Betray, what was my vote? But what
Ally.
happened this time?
I chose Ella and you chose Betray.
Right. And both times, I put in my vote a full minute before the deadline. When did you push the button?
Right before the
I
deadline.
see. Well, that makes this a little easier to explain. If you chose betray, then my vote was ally. If you chose ally, then my vote was betray. But I made my choices a whole minute before you made yours. Don't you think that's strange? You do see what I'm saying, don't you?
That my choice in the future altered your actions in the past.
Yeah. From your perspective, there's no other way to
Now that I thought about it, round 1 had been same. When I'd chosen ally, Alice had chosen betray. And when I'd chosen betray, she'd done the opposite. It's always the same.
Look at this die. I found it over there. Let me give you one last example.
As she spoke, she tossed the die into the box and quickly shut the lid.
Alright. Answer this question. What number is the die on?
Ihr habt eine 33%ige Chance, Sandra. Und zwar müssen wir dafür sterben. Mit Game Overs. Ah, sag 6. It's probably 6.
Okay. I'm going to open the lid. Good job.
It's 6.
You got it right.
That was just a fluke.
Was it?
Huh?
Let's think about what was going on before I opened the lid. What number was the die on?
6, of
Haven't
course.
you been paying attention? The die is still a collection of atoms, isn't it? I don't think you can reasonably suggest that it was made of some different kind of matter.
Wait, so you're saying that before you opened the lid, the die was on all the numbers?
Uh-huh. That's one way to look at it, at least.
And then when you opened the lid, it was just one number.
Or it might have become that number when you declared which one it was.
Huh? Wait, what do you
Your
mean?
choice in the future has an effect on the past.
That's crazy.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. We got a little off topic there, but I think I made my point. Reality separates off into an infinite number of branches for each and every possibility. You and I seem to be able to jump from branch to branch.
Okay.
Of course, our bodies aren't doing the jumping. Our consciousnesses just sort of dive into other versions of ourselves in other worlds.
Warte. Es muss so sein!
Iris.
Iris interessiert mir einen Scheißdreck.
Ja, das ist ein Arschloch. Ah, ich kann die echt nicht leiden.
Warum hat man sie zum Protagonisten gemacht und nicht Hitomi?
Warum Hitomi? Die Hitomi ist genauso Kuckuck.
Love interest.
No, thank you.
No thank you?
No, thank you.
The tank.
Warum hätten wir nicht bei Mizuki bleiben können?
Oh.
Nicht als Love Interest, sondern einfach
I think I get it now.
jemanden, den wir...
Es gibt irgendwie eine 3 für 2 Aktion auf Anime Planet. Oder wo du Shirayuki bestellt hast. That's how you knew my name, right? You jumped in from another world. That's how you knew all those other things you shouldn't have known.
Yeah, that's the best I can figure out, at least. Unfortunately, it seems like we don't retain all our memories when we jump. Maybe we only remember particularly important things. I'm not sure how it works. But whatever the reason, it seems to be fairly limited. And often, we don't seem to remember jumping at all. Things will just sort of pop up.
Meine premonition! That's why when someone asks us how we know X, all we can think of say it just knew.
Yeah.
What's causing this then? I don't remember ever doing this before, so why would it start now?
If we knew that, I don't think we'd be having so much trouble. It's just...
Just what?
well, pretty sure it has to do with why we're locked up in here.
Frag doch Clover.
There's no way this doesn't have something to do with whatever Zero Senior's trying to do. Why would he have left that Schrodinger's cat book in the crew quarters?
You aren't kidding, are you? Maybe this is some sort of huge Schrodinger's cat experiment. And all 9 of us are locked up inside the box right
And
now.
what if you've got it backwards?
Backwards?
We're outside of the box, and the rest of the world is inside.
Then the moment we step out of the
Yeah,
place.
we might be determining the history of the world outside.